Tech news videos are awesome, but they're even awesomer when they're sponsored by LastPass, because this one is. So they call Wednesday Hump Day apparently, and it looks like Nvidia is finally going to get over the hump and drop its next-gen Turing graphics cards for consumers. Through a teaser video entitled Before the Game, Nvidia has teased the arrival of the new GPUs on the 20th of August. The top-end card will almost certainly be called the GeForce RTX 2080, with the R indicating that the card will have better support for ray tracing, including Microsoft's new DirectX ray tracing API. It isn't clear yet, though, if GTX branded cards will still exist alongside RTX, perhaps as a stack of lower-end products without the extra ray tracing support. But no word yet on pricing. The 2070, 2060, and so on are expected in the months following. I'm still confused about that slogan though. Is it B for the game? Like not against games? Or is it B for the game? Like dedicate your very soul to the game? I don't think it's B for the game, the rapper. That doesn't make any sense. If you normally enjoy Techlinked or anything else on YouTube on a smartphone, you might want to check out a new webpage from YouTube called Device Report. The streaming giant has set up the page to give users a list of smartphones that it calls signature devices. According to YouTube, these phones have undergone internal testing for reliability and performance, and also support a number of features that are prerequisites for inclusion in the program.
It's a Q, not a G.
Prerequisites. So these features are 4K decoding, HDR support, 360-degree video, high frame rates, the use of modern codecs, and a flair for the sophisticated things in life. Unsurprisingly, flagship devices such as the Google Pixel 2, Samsung Galaxy S9, and LG V30 made the list, but no iPhones are anywhere to be found, which is strange, because if any phone has a flair for fanciness, it's iPhones. Intel has another black eye when it comes to processor security. As it still tries to deal with fixing the Spectre and Meltdown bugs that made headlines earlier this year, a new vulnerability called Foreshadow has reared its ugly head. Such fun names for these super dangerous security problems. The next one will be called like Mooncake or something. Like Spectre and Meltdown, Foreshadow exploits a predictive feature called speculative execution, but Foreshadow is a little different in that it can attack a secure enclave, which are parts of the CPU that are separated from the rest of the chip so that any malware affecting the OS can't touch sensitive data or code. Although the issue can be resolved somewhat with microcode updates, it appears that, unsurprisingly, it'll come with a performance hit. The good news is that if you're in the market for a new CPU, Intel's new 9th gen parts should fix the problem when they come out later this year. Although technically, if this were a thriller movie, that could be foreshadowing for them not fixing the problem. Speaking of quick things, it's time for Quick Bits, sponsored by LastPass. LastPass relieves the troubles of remembering your passwords and reduces anxiety about getting locked out of accounts and then waiting for that atrocious reset password email, especially when you thought your password was so great and now it's gone. It's just gone. Look, your passwords are terrible. Well, you don't need to write, remember, or reset them anymore because LastPass allows you to keep track of your passwords so you can stay sane and secure. It's also got unlimited password storage, free cross-device sync, password breach alert, and multi-factor authentication. So put your passwords on autopilot with LastPass and click the link below to find out more. Whoa, where'd my hair go? Anyways, it's time for Quick Bits. The UK's Advertising Standards Authority has called Amazon out for marking products with one-day delivery and then failing to actually deliver them in one day. Amazon clarified that it means one day after dispatch, but I'm sure that's not much comfort to those who are kept waiting for their toilet paper shipment and who need help with a dispatch of their own. Potty humor. A new law has been signed that limits the number of drivers that can work for ride-sharing companies like Uber or Lyft in New York City. It's the latest in a long-running battle between ride-sharing apps and taxi services, but if it becomes too difficult to hail a ride, I hear that watching the rats scurry around the subway can be pretty entertaining. It's not gonna help you get anywhere, though. John wrote the script. That sounds fun though. 5G is getting close to showing up on smartphones, as Samsung has recently released a new modem for mobile devices that can achieve speeds of up to 6 gigabits per second.
Whoa!
Whoa! But even if your carrier won't support 5G right off the bat, the modem can still get up to over 1.5 gigabits over LTE advanced. Although real world speeds will probably be a fair bit slower, it looks like we're getting closer to the incredibly important dream of Snapchat in 4K. That sounded like sarcasm. The market for video games in China appears to be stagnating as the authorities in Beijing haven't approved any new games for months now, a trend which could continue as there's currently a freeze on new approvals caused by a reorganization within the Chinese government. The good old People's Republic screens games for what it considers subversive content before they can be published, and while some babies are thrown out with the bathwater, they're also opposed to loot boxes. So maybe they could find some common ground with Western gamers over the whole Battlefront 2 debacle. And Anheuser-Busch, I think that's how you say it, is deploying a number of Wi-Fi enabled fridges containing free Bud Light around the Cleveland, Ohio area, which are kept chained up by internet connected magnets. The fridges are only unlocked if the Cleveland Browns can find a way to win a game. And wow, you guys got that joke. And if you aren't an NFL fan, the cruel joke here is that the long-suffering Browns have only managed 4 victories in the last 3 seasons. And that's not very many? Is it? Sports. And that's the tech news. Join us back here on Friday for more great taste. With only 110 calories per episode, woo-hoo! You'll be saying, give me some of that news. That was an ad lib. See you later.